standing behind me is the finished project. It is honestly insane to think that this project has finally been completed after several weeks and several months of the project being taken care of. She is officially in her final resting place in the very front of Boone, Iowa, and we're going to walk around and show you everything and talk a little bit about the locomotive. So the locomotive is actually not American. To anybody who asks where this engine comes from, it actually comes from Canada. The engine was built in Canada as an ore hauling locomotive, and the running board, which you can see right here, was actually shrouded. It had some shrouding to make her look streamlined, and she was maroon red. She was a beautiful color. She had a sister, number 16, and sadly has not made it into preservation. She was later preserved as a side locomotive. She was used in emergency setups, so if she was needed, she would be in operation. Eventually, she was privately purchased by a gentleman and was later stored in the United States. She was later purchased by the Crab Orchard and Egyptian Railroad, and she wore that paint scheme right up until a couple months ago. And she worked for the Crab Orchard and Egyptian as their main hauling locomotive for many years, right up until the very, very beginning of the 21st century, when sadly, she blew a drive pipe up in the front of the locomotive, deeming her useless. She was later retired and hauled by Union Pacific to the Boone and Scenic Valley Railroad, where she was actually going to be restored to operating service. That sadly never happened. Throughout the years, she sat in the Boone and Scenic Valley Railroad's lot, just being a display piece, when all of a sudden, the project came. And this project was able to establish a new home for the locomotive. Once the locomotive was officially bought by the Boone Rotary Club, she was planned to be moved to this location. Work started on repainting her, sandblasting her, and getting her prepped to be moved. And yesterday and the day prior, we witnessed her being moved. It was an astonishing task. Behind her is an original Pullman passenger car painted in dark green. That is her final car to ever be pulled. She is supposed to be the Welcome to Boone train. So whenever you come to Boone, you can witness this locomotive pulling into town every day. And at night, she will be eventually, not today, but she will eventually be lit up to look like she's pulling into town. I hope you guys have enjoyed this series as much as I have chasing this locomotive. It's absolutely insane that this day has occurred. And just for a size comparison, we're going to go stand in the very front of the engine where we started this project, and we're going to just show you how tall she truly is compared to me. But for comparison, I'm 6'2", so I'm 6'2". This is her wheel. This is one of 8 drive wheels that she has. She's a 280 consolidation class locomotive, which means she has 8 drive wheels, and you can see all 4 on one side here. There are 4 on the other side, and she has 2 pilot trucks, which means she has 1 axle of a pilot truck seen up here. You can also see right above her is the air compressor. But now, how truly tall is a steam locomotive? Well, as a size comparison, I will stand as close as humanly possible to the locomotive, and my cameraman will step backwards and show you just how tall she truly is. Is honestly probably the tallest thing I have ever seen. Mine is the big boy. Big boy's bigger. But anyway, thank you all for watching this video. If you want to see more stuff like this, like and subscribe, and we'll be keeping you up to date on when she looks beautiful in the night.